Hi, Devon Wolf from Mystical Drumming, mysticaldrumming.com. Okay, so what if we were to incorporate different speeds in our playing, which can add a tremendous complexity to what we're playing, by just simply doubling or cutting in half or quadrupling or playing in quarter, whatever speed we're playing at. For instance, let's say we're playing quarter notes. Quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. We could double it, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and we can double it again. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and that. Okay? And double again where we want. Now that's in the 4 family. What if we brought the 3 family in with the 4 family? There's only 2 families, 3s and 4s, right? 4 4s and 3s, get my hands right. Okay. So we brought in 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 8 note triplets, 2 16-note triplets, 1 2 3 mixing that up with our various permutations, doubling and doubling, or cutting in half, or quartering, or quadrupling, whatever, on the 4s as we do with the 3s. So we could have patterns all over the place, which would be complex and adding just a great sound. So we could do something like quarters notes, do so 1, 2, 8 notes, 1 and 2 and 61 and 2 and lower sound, you can hear me there. 2 triplets, 1 triplet, 2 triplet. I'll keep my bass drum going a little bit as a metronome. So we have a 1 triplet, 2 triplet. My bass drum, by the way, is a double bass. I'm going right foot to left foot. You can do any permutation of that, left foot to right foot, or left foot. You can do it on your hi-hat, of course. However, I'm encouraging you to do it on your bass drum, so you develop this right, left, or left, right, or right, or left, with all different permutations of your hands. When you do that, you'll explode as a drummer. There's so many good things that will happen because your feet will become as expressive as your hands. Okay, so, and left hand lead more than right hand lead when you're practicing. Okay. For now, we'll do right hand lead for the video purpose of the video. Alright, so we're doing, let's say, I'm going to just mix up some things. I'm going to go from 3s to 4s, doubling, quadrupling, cutting in half, going quarter, cutting to a quarter, whatever it may be. Okay, just playing around a little bit with my feet being the metronome. Okay, so. Mixing up various quarters, 8ths, 16ths, 32nds, and 4s and 3s, right? Now, what if we were to do that on the kit? We can, right? Now, you should be doing this to a metronome, by the way, so you make sure you're really locked in. Remember, our job as drummers is to keep time, right? Your primary job. Well, let's say you're doing a fill, typical fill, classic, we do our, boom, boom, ba, boom, boom, ba, all that. Okay, here we go. So we go, okay? Of course, my phone's ringing every time I make a video. I never get calls, but it always happens when I make a video. Okay, so I beg your pardon. Okay, so, well, what if we instead did, let's say, 1 E and 1 triplet, 2 E and so we went from 4 to 3 to 4 to 3, which also was conducive because we wound up ending off with a left hand on the floor tom, which allowed my right hand to be right where I want it to be, the most efficient way to hit the crash. I have to bring my right hand over. There'd be a lot of extra movement here that I don't want. This is martial arts meets the drums. As martial artists, you want to think of yourself as a martial artist musician. That's what this is. We are the martial artists and musicians. Martial arts is the study of perfect physical movement through thousands of years. So there's thousands of years of wisdom, physical movement wisdom there. We're bringing it to the drums, okay? So if I end on a left stick here, perfect for the right to crash here. If I ended with the right stick here, then I have to cross over and bring my left stick here all the way back here to crash over here, which is not ergonomic. It's not most efficient. Okay, so I have to know that by playing patterns, practicing, so I'm not thinking when I'm playing faster with a band or to music or just going faster to a metronome or practicing or just playing around, right? Because we can't think and play fast at the same time. The Yogi Berra syndrome. You can't think and hit a baseball at the same time. It's impossible. And generally, you can't do this stuff very fast while thinking. At that point, you should have a lot of synaptic routes burnt in your brain, and your body has a lot of nerve impulses that have been burnt, and your muscles have been built up, not necessarily meaning big muscles, meaning but there's micro muscles, and they're firing off muscles. There's different types of muscles. We have slow muscles and we have fire muscles, okay? So a lot of this is firing muscles, okay? This kind of stuff, where accents is, these are explosive muscles, okay? It's just we don't want the hand going up and down. Better just right? Just can to do that better, drop it into this part of your hand here, the webbing, okay? That's that idea of whipping, okay? You want to whip the stick, so same thing here. Whip, okay? Alright, so what if we were to do 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 triplet, 2 triplet, crash, right? Or 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 1 E and a 2 E and a, okay? Or 2 E and 3 and 4 E and a 1 2, that. Went from 30-second fours to 16th note triplets, right? Which is kind of cool, okay? You get the idea, right? So, well, what about a beat as well? You can change up beats, right? So it can be 1 and 2 and 1 E and that 2 E and that 1 and 2 and 1 E and that 2 E and that 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 and 2 and. Well, a lot of different beats doing that, right? Beats don't always have to be, you know, bass drum down and snare drum on 4, okay, with 8 notes going on here. A lot of different things you can do, okay. The fills can be done not just on the toms, but what about on the cymbal and the hi-hat, right? So 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 triplet, right? So we can break it up to a lot of different things, okay? So think about practicing with your metronome. Start slow, let's say 50 beats per minute. Make sure that you go from 16th notes, 1 E and a 2 E and a 30-second notes. From triplets, double them. Of course, 8 notes and quarter notes, okay? And mix them up. Mix them up first on your pad, then mix them up on your kit, okay? There'll be more videos doing this with feet, but you can do it with your feet too, right? So you can go, you know, 1, 2, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 1 E and then 2 E and then 1 triplet, 2 bass players, you could do all these permutations with your feet, causing all kinds of good sounds underneath. And by the way, you could do it together with your hands or playing it off. You know, like one hand. So I'm playing 16th notes with my hands and triplets with my feet, right? You could do it as a fill. One hand. So on and so forth. Okay, so we'll see you in the next video, and we sincerely hope you enjoyed.